Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the 2025 Claverack Annual Meeting. This marks our 88th year, a significant milestone for our cooperative. My name is Gary Hennep, and I have the pleasure of serving as the chair of the board. I'd now like to call the meeting to order. For the past few years, we've held our annual meeting at the Wyoming County Fairgrounds. While those events were well attended and meaningful, they also came with challenges, especially last year, when extreme heat and the threat of severe weather made it difficult for some members to stay through the entire meeting. After that experience, our board and staff came together to rethink how we could improve the meeting for everyone. Our goals were clear: conduct the cooperative's business efficiently, share important updates in a clear and accessible way, provide opportunities for members to ask questions and interact with the cooperative, and make the experience more convenient and inclusive. We really value the personal interactions that happen at the fair, but we wanted to deliver our business reports more effectively. So this year we are adopting a combination format we hope will bring together the best of both worlds and give more opportunities for our members to learn about and engage with their cooperative. Our first event, today's official annual business meeting, is being held entirely online. This change allows more members to participate, whether live or by watching later at their convenience. It also gives us the ability to present more detailed information with supporting visuals and materials that are easier to share in a digital format. We hope you'll join us for part 2 of our summer member engagement this year on Wednesday, August 27th at the Wyoming County Fair. Our first ever Member Information and Appreciation Day will be a chance to connect, enjoy some great activities, hear some informational presentations about the cooperative, ask questions, and visit one-on-one with our directors and staff. We'll have informative displays, giveaways, and each attending member will receive a bill credit and food vouchers as a thank you. Thank you again for joining us today from wherever you may be and for being a valued part of the Claverack community. Brian Zeidner will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and offer the invocation.
Thank you, Gary. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. God, we thank you for the blessings that you provide to us. We are privileged to enjoy the freedoms we have, to live in a rural area and to be part of this electric cooperative. You have prospered this cooperative, its members, and our employees with another year of safe operation and positive margins. We ask your continued blessing on our cooperative and our activities we ask you to guide and bless our annual meeting today. Help our hearts, minds, and attitudes reflect our desire to serve you and our membership. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Brian. This is the annual meeting of the cooperative membership. The purpose of this meeting, as specified in the bylaws, is to present annual reports, conduct the election of directors, and any other business properly submitted for consideration. This is not a regular business meeting of the cooperative. Your elected board of directors holds regular monthly business meetings. Information regarding member attendance at regular board of directors meetings is available on our website and upon request. It's now my pleasure to introduce your board of directors. Zone 1, Vice Chair Denise Fairchild. Zone 2, Bob Fox. Zone 3, Vice Secretary Treasurer Angie Joines. Zone 5, Robert Fernley. Zone 6, Secretary Treasurer Tim Tewksbury. Zone 7, Chuck Bullock. Zone 8, Charlie McNamara. And Zone 9, Tony Ventello. And I am Gary Hennep, Director from Zone 4. Also here with me today are our President and CEO, Steve Alibaugh, and Claverack's attorney, Bob Chappell. I would now ask Secretary Treasurer Tim Tewksbury to report on the notice of meeting and proof of mailing, to request action on the minutes from the 2024 annual meeting, and to provide the Secretary Treasurer's report.
Thank you, Gary. On June 23rd, 2025, a printed notice of the Claverack annual meeting was delivered to each member's address as it appears on the records of the cooperative. Notices were deposited in the United States mail in a stamped, sealed envelope. Copies of the 2024 annual meeting minutes are available at the headquarters building in Wysox and can be viewed on Claverack's website. I would ask for a motion to dispense the reading of the minutes and ask that a motion include the approval of the 2024 annual meeting minutes.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you. The 2024 annual report provides comprehensive information about the cooperative's activities throughout the year and includes detailed financial statements. It is available to all members on our website, and hard copies of the report are also available at our headquarters office in Wysox. The books of the cooperative were audited for the year by our auditing firm, BWB, and all found to be satisfactory. A copy of that independent audit is available for inspection upon request. During the past year, 12 regular board meetings have been held. The minutes of those meetings are a matter of record and can be inspected by any member in accordance with the established cooperative policy. Thank you. Chair Hennep will now provide his report.
Thank you, Tim. Before I provide my report, I would like to take this time to recognize a group of special high school students. Each year, rural electric cooperatives across the country sponsor high school juniors to participate in the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association's Youth Tour. Participants travel to Washington, D.C. for lessons in leadership, our government, and the cooperative business model. If someone you know is a child of a Claverack member, will be a high school junior this year, and may be interested in participating in the Youth Tour program, please have them visit Claverack's website for further information. This year, Claverack's Youth Tour delegation included Amanda Alibaugh, Northeast Bradford High School, Bella Clark, Wyalusing Valley High School, Ed Eastman, Northeast Bradford High School, Everett Leonard, Ross Corners Christian Academy, and Maya Montross, Tunkhannock Area High School. I would also like to take a moment to recognize two college-bound Claverack students who were awarded scholarships at the Pennsylvania Rural Electric Cooperative Association's summer meeting. The Jody Loudenslager Memorial Scholarship is available to college-bound students who have participated in the PREA Youth Tour program. Jody was a Youth Tour student in 1995. She was among the 230 passengers that were killed when TW Flight 800 exploded shortly after takeoff from New York in 1996. Ryan Jones of Rome was one of the recipients of this scholarship. The William F. Matson Scholarship is available to children whose parents are members of a Pennsylvania electric cooperative. Mr. Matson was the first full-time general manager of PREA, an Allegheny Electric Cooperative, and was instrumental in the growth of the organizations. Chelsea Empett of Kingsley was one of the recipients of this scholarship. Claverack is very proud to have two of our youths chosen for these special scholarship programs. Now moving on to the chairman's report. As your board of directors, our job is to look out for you, the member owners of Claverack. We work to make sure your cooperative is run the right way, responsibly, efficiently, and with your best interests in mind. That means setting policies, overseeing finances, and approving budgets. We work hard to be sure that the cooperative remains financially sound and operates responsibly. That means planning for the future. The board of directors and staff work together to develop a strategic plan to make sure we can continue to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable electricity you have relied upon for decades. It means innovating and bringing new services our members need, like Revolution Broadband. And it means advocating for our cooperative and its members in Washington, D.C. and in Harrisburg, making sure our voice is heard and our legislators understand the issues and unique challenges we face in delivering affordable, reliable, and sustainable service in rural Pennsylvania. We're not here to serve outside investors or chase profits. We're here to serve the people who live in our communities, our neighbors, friends, and families. In today's electric utility industry, things are changing fast. New technology, evolving regulations, increasing demand for electricity, political uncertainty, and growing expectations all bring challenges. That's why it's more important than ever to have a board made up of people who understand rural life and are committed to protecting the interests of rural members. We take that responsibility seriously. The strength of this board comes from the experience and dedication of its members. Longtime board member Chuck Bullock, representing Zone 7, is currently our longest tenured director. Chuck has decided not to seek re-election this year. On behalf of the Claverack board and staff, I would like to thank Chuck for his 18 years of service to the cooperative and our members. You've probably heard us mention before that we are guided by 7 cooperative principles. None are more important than principle number 2, democratic member control. The election of directors is a truly democratic process where any qualified member can run for a position on the board in their respective zone whenever there is an election held for that zone. There were 2 petitions received for the Zone 7 director election. The Credentials and Elections Committee determined that both candidates met the qualification requirements. The results of this election will be announced later in today's meeting. Stay tuned. On behalf of the Claverack Board of Directors, I would like to sincerely thank you for participating in your cooperative's annual meeting. We appreciate you taking the time to join us today. Thank you. I would now like to introduce Claverack's President and CEO, Steve Alibaugh, to present the President's report. Steve has served as the President and Chief Executive Officer of Claverack Electric since January of 2021. Steve serves as a director and co-CEO of C&T Enterprises, a holding company jointly owned by Claverack Electric and Tri-County Electric. C&T Enterprises is the parent company of Valley Energy, Wellsboro Electric Company, and Citizens Electric Company, and provides management services to all its affiliated companies. Steve serves on the United Utility Supply Company Board of Directors. He is also a member of the Northern Tier Solid Waste Authority Board of Directors. He participates in various committees of the Pennsylvania Rural Electric Association and the Allegheny Electric Cooperative. Steve, if you could please come to the podium and present the CEO report.
Thank you, Gary. Good afternoon, everyone. I am truly excited to share my report with you today. It has been an honor to serve Cooperative's membership for the past 20 years, and especially as your CEO for the last 4.5 years. Over those 2 decades, I've witnessed a remarkable transformation in how we operate. And if I had to point to one driving force behind that change, it's technology. When I started at Claverack back in 2005, I carried a flip phone. If I wanted to find the location of a recloser or maybe a pole or trace a power line, I'd unroll a paper blueprint that had lines and dots on a map that really were only as accurate as the last time someone updated them. Today, I have an interactive GPS accurate map of our entire electric system right on my iPhone. It's updated in real time and is accessible from anywhere. Back in '05, most of our members still had electromechanical meters. They'd read their electric usage on their meter each month, write the reading down on a card, and mail it into the co-op. Now, every member has an automated meter that provides hourly usage data that our members can use to view and manage from an app on their phone or computer. And in more and more areas throughout our service territory, that data travels back to us over our growing fiber optic network at the speed of light, a heck of a lot faster than the U.S. Postal Service these days. In '05, we didn't have a SCADA system. SCADA stands for Supervisory Control and Data Acquisition. It's a technology that allows us to remotely monitor and control equipment across our entire electric grid. Back then, if we needed to check a device in the field, someone had to drive out and physically inspect it. Today, all of our substations and more of our field devices are connected to our SCADA system. Our team can monitor and manage them in real time, once again from a phone in their pocket. These are just a few examples of how far we've come, and the pace of change has only accelerated during my time as CEO. From deploying fiber across our service territory to using drones for inspections, we're embracing tools that make our system smarter, safer, and more efficient. Emerging technologies like artificial intelligence are opening new doors. We are already starting to use AI tools to help us analyze data and improve our service reliability. The potential is really boundless. We're investing in technology all across the co-op, but the biggest project right now certainly is the building out of our fiber optic network. As we look to the future, our investment in fiber isn't just about faster internet. It's about building a smarter, more resilient electric system. It's laying the groundwork for reliability, innovation, and new opportunities for our members and our communities. And it's a big step forward in our evolution. Let's take a moment and hear from Claverack staff about how we're making smart investments in technology and infrastructure.
In 2024, we kept momentum going on building our fiber optic network as we installed nearly 300 miles of fiber optic cable, bringing our total build to over 670 miles by year's end. This expansion is transformational for over 3,000 Claverack members who now have access to Revolution Broadband, our high-speed internet service provided through our subsidiary, Claverack Communications. For many of these members, this marks the first time they've had access to reliable gigabit internet. After years of frustration with slow, unreliable service, they are finally able to experience the benefits people in more urban areas have enjoyed for years. In 2024, we expanded service across large areas of Bradford County, a portion of northwest Wyoming County, and by year's end, we began construction in Susquehanna County. Our efforts were strengthened by a nearly $5 million grant from the United States Treasury Capital Projects Fund, administered by the Pennsylvania Broadband Development Authority. This funding allows us to extend service to nearly 1,300 additional members in Bradford County that were left out of our initially funded areas. Construction on this project began in early 2025 and is expected to be substantially complete this year. In 2025, our fiber build-out continues in Susquehanna County, where we plan to install an additional 260 miles of fiber, making service available to many more Claverack members. Revolution Broadband is changing the way our members live and work in rural Pennsylvania. With fast, reliable internet, members can now access telehealth, stay connected with loved ones through video calls, support their children's online learning, and even work from home, opening up career opportunities that were once out of reach.
And while our fiber optic network is transforming how our members connect, it's also strengthening the backbone of something even bigger, our electric grid. High-speed communications is an essential part of building a smarter, more resilient electric grid. You simply cannot build a smart grid without high-speed communications. which was not available in a large portion of our service territory prior to our fiber optic network project. In 2024, we really started to see the benefits of that expanding fiber network in our electric operations. We can now connect critical electric equipment directly to our SCADA system, giving us real-time visibility and control across the grid. It also allows us to link our substations and advanced metering infrastructure, which helps us improve reliability, response time, and overall system efficiency. Because this fiber network is privately owned and operated by Claverack, it makes our communications more secure and reliable. In 2024, we connected our Lime Hill, Herrick, Litchfield, and Monroeton substations to our new fiber optic network and integrated 2 new electronic recloser banks with our remote supervisory control system. This allows real-time monitoring and control of these devices in the field, remotely from our office. We're planning to install 10 additional reclosers and other smart devices in 2025 as part of a multi-year effort to upgrade our older electromechanical equipment across our grid. This initiative received a major boost from a $2.1 million grant from the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection's Grid Resilience Grant Program. Over the next 5 years, this funding will help us install 50 SCADA-enabled devices and support the modernization of our vegetation management program. While 2024 was a big year for our fiber optic network build-out, we didn't focus on that alone. We continue to invest in modernizing our infrastructure and using technology like drones to help maintain our system and improve reliability. We've expanded our use of drone technology to inspect hundreds of miles of our distribution system. In 2024 alone, we inspected 7,500 poles, and we plan to inspect thousands more in 2025 across our Plank Road, Franklin Forks, and Great Bend substations. Using drone technology, we can quickly and safely capture high-resolution images and video of our infrastructure, even in hard-to-reach areas. Plus, they give us a better view of our aerial lines, allowing us to spot issues like damaged equipment or deteriorating pole tops quickly, safely, and accurately, so we can make proactive repairs and improve system reliability. We're investing in our infrastructure too. A major project we completed in 2024 was the replacement of our Herrick substation in Bradford County. Of course, substations have been a part of electric distribution systems since the beginning, and while many of the major components are the same as they were decades ago, today's substation is a world apart in terms of technology used. We are excited to provide a quick look at our newest substation, which was commissioned in October of last year. This is our Herrick substation, which serves almost 1,000 members in Herrick, Pike, Stevens, and Orwell townships in Bradford County. This substation replaced an old 1960s vintage wood frame structure substation. This project started back in 2021 when we identified this parcel as a suitable lot. It took several years to complete the sale of the property, finish up the engineering design, and complete the procurement of the materials and devices needed. Construction started in 2023. This substation has a larger footprint, allowing us to easily get trucks or equipment in for maintenance. The steel structure increases the reliability and structural integrity of the substation, emphasizing our goal of system hardening. We increased the capacity of the transformer, which will provide additional capabilities to switch and reroute power to help support other substations and reduce outage times. We installed electric protective devices that allow us to control and monitor equipment through our SCADA system. We added protective relays to ensure our equipment is protected and operates safely. We added animal guards to reduce the potential of outages inside our substation. Substations do not get a lot of recognition, but they are critical elements in a reliable, resilient distribution grid. This substation will provide safe, reliable power to our members for decades to come. In addition to our Herrick substation project, 2024 was a busy year filled with many of the core infrastructure and maintenance activities that have long been part of our commitment to reliability. Over the course of the year, we replaced or installed more than 1,500 poles and upgraded over 30 miles of smaller conductor line with larger, more resilient wire. We also responded to more than 300 member requests for new electric service or upgrades to existing ones.
While fiber and smart grid technologies are transforming how we deliver electricity, maintaining the physical environment around our infrastructure is just as critical. That's where our vegetation management efforts come in, and in 2024, we made major strides in this area. We concluded a multi-year effort to remove over 45,000 dead ash trees killed by the invasive emerald ash borer. This was made possible by a $5 monthly rider on member bills during 2023 and 2024, which ended in December. These trees, mostly outside our normal rights-of-way, pose a serious threat to reliability. Thanks to this effort, outage instances have decreased by nearly 74%, and outage overtime hours have been reduced by almost 30% when compared to 2022. We also shortened our right-of-way maintenance cycle from 7 years to 5 years, significantly improving the conditions of our electric line corridors. Looking ahead, in 2025, we will begin using satellite-based vegetation monitoring to provide system-wide visibility of vegetation along our 2,700 miles of line. Using high-resolution imagery and AI, we can now detect vegetation threats, including diseased or dying trees, from space, often before they're visible from the ground. This data-driven approach helps us prioritize maintenance and reduce outages. And thanks to the Grid Resilience Grant, 2/3 of this project's cost will be covered for the next 5 years.
All of this great technology we're deploying isn't just for our internal operations. It's also empowering our members. Claverack's deployment of technology is helping our members better understand and manage their electrical use. We first embraced automatic metering in the late 1990s and early 2000s, and at the time it was revolutionary. It eliminated the need for members to mail in meter readings, and it provided us some basic daily usage data. Today, our advanced metering infrastructure, AMI system, offers real-time insights. Through our Smart Hub app, which was launched over a decade ago, our members can track electricity usage hour by hour, diagnose high bills and identify usage spikes. They can view their billing history, make payments, and they can set up alerts for things like outages or high usage, or events like expired credit cards and billing due dates. Smart Hub is a tremendously powerful tool that helps our members make informed decisions, adjust habits, and manage their energy use much more efficiently. And it's all enabled by our investment in AMI and fiber optic technology. If you haven't signed up for Smart Hub, we certainly encourage you to do so, and if you need a hand doing so, just give us a call.
As both a Claverack employee and a Revolution broadband subscriber, I've seen firsthand how this technology is transforming lives. It's not just about faster internet, it's about giving members like me the tools to take control of our energy use, stay connected, and access new opportunities. And as a staff member, it's incredibly rewarding to be equipped with the tools to better serve our community and members every day. We're making sure our members' online experiences are as safe and secure as possible too, by including Protect IQ and Experience IQ, advanced security and parental controls. These tools help protect against viruses and malicious content while giving families more control over how and when the internet is used.
All these technological advancements are long-term investments in the future of the cooperative. We're delivering smarter service, stronger infrastructure, and greater opportunity for the communities and, most importantly, the members we serve. From fiber to drones to advanced systems like AMI and SCADA, and now satellite imagery of our entire system, we're using every tool available to serve you better, not just today, but for years to come. And behind every mile we build and every insight we gain is a commitment to financial responsibility. Let's take a closer look at the financial health of our cooperative and how we're ensuring a strong, sustainable future for all of our members. While we have invested in technology and maintenance initiatives that you just heard about, I'm happy to report that the cooperative's financial standing has remained solid and resilient. Despite the disruptive weather in 2024, including a costly November snowstorm that caused over 450 outages and impacted more than 13,500 of our members, we ended the year with nearly $1.7 million of positive operating margins. We were also able to return over $900,000 in patronage capital to our members. Since 2023, Claverack has returned over $17 million in patronage capital to our members, a testament to our commitment to our cooperative principles. In 2024, we were also able to support dozens of local charitable organizations with over $68,000 in funding, organizations that really have an impact, like our local United Ways and our local food banks. This was all made possible through our Member Community Support Program, which is funded by unclaimed capital credits that we would otherwise have to return to the state. We were also able to hold rates steady throughout 2024. However, in 2025, rising generation costs and some inflation led to a necessary rate adjustment. In January, we implemented a modest increase. The average residential member, who uses about 960 kilowatt hours per month, saw their total bill increase by approximately 4%, including the generation costs. Even with this adjustment, Claverack's rates remain highly competitive. Right now, 18% lower than Penelec and 6.5% lower than PP&L for the average residential customer. And we do this while serving fewer than 7 electric services per mile of line, compared to over 30 per mile for a large utility like PPL. A big part of our ability to control costs is our partnership with Allegheny Electric Cooperative, our generation supplier, which we co-own with 13 other rural electric co-ops in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Thanks to Allegheny's long-term investments in nuclear and hydropower, nearly 67% of the electricity that we distribute comes from stable, carbon-free sources. These assets shield us and you from the volatility of the open energy market. While neighboring investor-owned utilities purchase 100% of their energy on that open market, Allegheny only needs to source about 33% externally. This limited exposure, combined with long-term power purchase agreements that they've made, helps us maintain price stability even when market prices spike like they did recently in June. Allegheny continues to invest in the future, recently secured millions in federal grants to expand its supply of affordable carbon-free energy, including additional nuclear resources. These efforts will help stabilize energy costs for years to come. In closing, I want to thank you, our members, for your continued trust and support. While today marks the conclusion of our annual business meeting, we are excited to continue the celebration at a special event later this summer. I would like to once again invite you to join us for our very first Member Information and Appreciation Day, to be held Wednesday, August 27, 2025, in conjunction with the Wyoming County Fair. The event will be from 2 to 8 p.m. Members who register for the event will receive a $20 bill credit and $30 in fair food vouchers per membership as a token of our appreciation. Remember to bring along your proper ID and your registration card, which was included in the mailing you received in late June. We'll be gathering under the Claverack tent for an afternoon of informative presentations, engaging activities, and some great fair food. Attend one of our live presentations that day for a chance to win a $500 bill credit in our exclusive drawing. Plus, we'll be unveiling an exciting new Smart Hub promotion, which will run through September, giving you another opportunity to win a $100 bill credit. We look forward to seeing everyone there and continuing the conversation about the innovation shaping how we serve our members today and for years to come. I'd like to now ask our cooperative attorney, Robert Chappell, to come to the podium and report on the election of directors. Bob?
Thank you, Steve. Hello, I'm Bob Chappell, and it's my continued pleasure to represent your cooperative. The bylaws of the cooperative permit any qualified member to be nominated for election by securing at least 15 valid member signatures on a petition submitted to the cooperative 100 days and 20 days prior to the annual meeting. A committee of members appointed by your board, called a Credentials and Elections Committee, oversees the election process. This includes reviewing candidate petitions, validating eligibility, counting the ballots, and handling objections or protests related to the election process. Generally speaking, to be eligible to serve as a director, individuals must be a member in good standing and receive electric service at their primary residence for the preceding year prior to the filing date of a petition for candidacy. The cooperative bylaws provide a complete description of the qualifications. The bylaws have been posted on the cooperative website and are available to any member upon request. I'd like to thank the members of the 2025 Credentials and Elections Committee for their service to the cooperative. Jack Coates, Jim Beluski, Robert Fisher, Barry Brown, Nanette Pettyjohn, and Nancy Constable. This year's director election was for Zones 7, 8, and 9. Petitions received for Zone 7 were from Gene Hubbard and Matthew Austin. For Zone 8, Charles McNamara, and for Zone 9, Anthony Ventello. The Credentials and Election Committee met on March the 26th, 2025, to review the above petitions and validated each candidate's eligibility in accordance with the bylaws. Due to this year's election being uncontested for Zones 8 and 9, the Credentials and Elections Committee decided to dispense with formal balloting for those zones and cast a unanimous ballot on behalf of the sole nominee for each respective zone. Ballots were mailed to each member with a notation that Zones 8 and 9 were uncontested and only Zone 7 required voting. Gene Hubbard received 805 votes. Matthew Austin received 291 votes. Therefore, Gene R. Hubbard, Zone 7, Charles R. McNamara, Zone 8, and Anthony J. Ventello, Zone 9, are hereby elected to serve a 3-year term effective today, July the 21st, 2025. At this time, I would request a motion to destroy the ballots after the passing of the 3 business days, given that no protests are received during that interval.
So moved.
May I have a second? Second. All in favor, aye? Aye. Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. That concludes our reports for today's meeting. I would entertain a motion to accept all reports as presented. So moved. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor, aye? Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you. Again, I would like to thank everyone for participating in this year's annual meeting. I now declare this meeting adjourned.